Hi guys, it's Moody here, and I'm going to be doing a picture-in-picture narration today. And a lot of people ask me why my Pokemon are always named Garrus, and my answer to that is Garrus is literally my favorite character from any video game series ever. And if you don't know what video game series he's from Mass Effect, which is also literally one of my favorite games ever of all time, and it's probably Mass Effect 1 is my favorite. So after that little interesting bit of information, today I've got a OU battle. I know people are like, OU, but this one is pretty weird because the person brought a baton pass team. So I just brought random Pokemon because he's like, do OU, and I'm like, I'll do some OU, and now I'll bring some random Pokemon. And what happened was, I did bring random Pokemon, and it didn't work out well. I'm like, these Pokemon are interesting. At first I didn't even notice it was a baton pass team, because normally you see like Ninjask and stuff. So I was like, ooh, this is weird. What is he going to possibly lead off with? I thought he was going to lead off with either a Zelf or Metagross, because those two seem like stealth rockers. So, like, you know, at first it didn't look like a baton pass team to me. And at the same time, I thought even if he didn't have stealth rock, well, that would be weird. But I thought maybe you could also lead off with Espeon to try and prevent the stealth rocks being set up. That's what I tried to say. So, I mean, that was my thought process there. So I thought, hey, I'll just lead off with Rotom. Whatever he wants to lead off with, I'll just, like, Volt Switch out, and then I'll decide from there. So he leads off with a Zelf, and I decide to go into Garrus, and this one is a Jirachi, because I thought, okay, maybe he's going to set up, Stealth Rock, or he's going to Explode, or he's going to go for a Psychic, or Fire. I wasn't really sure, you know, honestly I'm confused. I should have gone into like Tyranitar to set up my own Stealth Rocks, but I guess I didn't, which is really weird. So he does set up Stealth Rocks as a substitute. I guess I decided it was a good idea to just start setting up turn 2 people. I really do not think this is an effective strategy right now. He goes for the Explosion, and it is going to kill off my substitute, but at the same time, I'm really confused as to why I did that. I feel like that was definitely a poor play, and I could have done better. But, you know, we notice our mistakes, and we can move on. So I went for another Calm Mind, and here I'm like, oh, I got 2 Calm Minds up. I'm totally going to sweep this guy team. That is far from what is going to happen, because what's going to end up happening now is that he's going to go into Volbeat, and I'm like, what does this thing even do? Maybe he's going to paralyze me, but he goes for the Encore, and it sucks for me. I end up going for Calm Mind, and then I don't know why I stay in. I should have switched out after turn 2, but maybe I knew it was going to paralyze me, and I didn't mind Jirachi being paralyzed. I don't know, it seemed really weird. I totally forgot that Volbeat had the Prankster ability, the one that lets you use support moves before the opponent can, like they have priority over everything. But I do into my Tyranitar thinking maybe he was gonna go for, I don't even know. Honestly, I feel like this whole thing's like moveset is all support, so I don't really know why I went into Tyranitar. Maybe I thought I could set up Stealth Rock now, which is right now, as you can tell, I'm really fucking up. Oh, Fire Blast. Okay, that makes sense. I thought I could kill off with Fire Blast, but it's gonna be obvious that he's gonna want to switch out, or he's gonna want to keep substituting in case he wants me to miss, but he ends up baton passing, and this is where I realize I am facing a baton pass team as he goes into Gorbis. Luckily, I predicted him to switch out, so I went for the Thunder Wave, and unfortunately for me, it doesn't matter because I'm also paralyzed, otherwise I could have been able to attack, but I went into my Rotom here knowing no matter what, I will outspeed as he goes for a Shell Smash, and I don't believe he can still outspeed me. Now, one huge mistake I make is right now I decide that it's going to be a awesome idea to just go for a freaking trick. I have a choice scarf. I could have gone for Thunderbolt. I should have gone for Thunderbolt. That was just such That was just such a terrible move on my part there. I have no idea. I should not have gone for Trick. It was a poor idea. And that's also one of the huge mistakes I do make in this match. As he goes into Metagross, and now you can tell this Metagross has plus like 2 attack, and I do not want to deal with this, but luckily I hit the Hydro Pump. I'm able to bring him pretty low. Unfortunately, I do die, but I believe I have at least one Pokemon with priority, and that's Breloom. So right now, I'm hoping Mach Punch can take out the Metagross, otherwise I feel like I'm screwed. Luckily, it does. Guys, I make like the worst plays in this game, and I feel like part of like looking back on the battle and narrating it is being able to know what you could have done differently. And in that case, I am able to like note my mistakes and what I could change just for like future reference. You know, I feel like if you can explain that in a narration as well, you know, it kind of helps out like what you could have. It's just hindsight, you know? So I went into my Landorus. I'm banded, so even though it does resist, I thought maybe he'd want to switch out. That's why I went for the Earthquake, kind of predicting like, I don't know, maybe Gorbis or something. So luckily it does kill the sub. I mean, I kind of thought it would kill the sub because I don't think Illumis, whatever you want to call it, doesn't really have the best defense. But I figured now that Gorbis is also paralyzed, even though it does have the Scarf, I can still outspeed it. And luckily I do, and it's able to just clean kill it because I have the Banded Earthquake right now. I am locked into it, so the Encore did not matter when the Illumise did that. So I do go for the Earthquake again. I kind of hoped I would just outspeed here. I was more trying to sack my Landorus at this point, so just getting that extra damage is a plus, because I felt like now I could, if he happened to be Scarfed, which I doubt since this is a Baton Pass team, then I could either way go into my Latias, even if he went for the water move and I'd resist it and whatnot. Either way, I anticipated killing this Keldeo by sacking my Landorus in the process, so I'm able to bring out my Latias, outspeed, and kill it off with a Psyshock with a useless crit. So there's that. So what happens now is he goes into Espeon, and I'm like, oh, I can set up Calm Minds on this thing all day, right? So I'm like, I'm just gonna Calm Mind. But what ends up happening is it goes for Yawn. So here I decide that it's not in my best interest to just stay in, but at this point it's kind of like I have at least 2 Pokemon that can set up on this thing, and this thing can't really touch them because I believe it probably has like Psychic or something. So I went into my Jirachi assuming he was going to Yawn again, predicting me to switch out, and because I'm already paralyzed, his Yawn is going to fail, and here he realizes that he can't do anything to win, and I'm able to just, if I wanted to, I can set up maybe like 2 Calm Minds and maybe 1 hit KO. I just wanted to like 1 hit KO this thing, but pretty much the match was won. And, you know, I made really bad plays that could have cost me the match, that could have gotten me 6-0'd, but it ended up working out luckily. So I hope you guys enjoy the match, and that is also why I name everything Garrus, because people ask me why I name things Garrus. That is why. Garrus is just this magnificent thing, this magnificent video game character. I actually have like a little figure sitting on my desk of him. It's really awesome. So I hope you guys enjoy the match and have a wonderful day, and I love you all, and bye.